Dyslexic Genius here, Brett Hurt. My phone number is 864-236-1680, or you can email me at dyslexicgeniushurt@gmail.com. What I'm going to talk about is how do I disassemble an Edison Diamond Disc motor. A two-spring or a single spring, these are always the same. You'll need a pair of pliers, a couple of screwdrivers. First thing you want to do is take the speed control out. You need to take this spring off. Like that, pop that. Now, what you want to do is you want to loosen this screw right here. We'll take that screw out. Now what you want to do is loosen this screw right here to the yoke, to the governor. This is the governor. When you start to unscrew that, you want to hold on to the governor with your hand if there's still spring tension in the motor. Now you let go of the governor, there's no spring tension. So we have the speed control and this little screw. Next you want to get the oiling tubes off your machine. So you come in here, take this top one off. This has a little washer on it like that. You're going to take this bottom one off of this plate. This is to stop oil from getting all over the machine. That's what that plate's for. And this motor looks like it's never been apart since it was first put in the machine.
It actually looks really clean.
It's very clean. We have one little screw here. And now we bend this back a little, get in here to that one. You want to push down when you turn. You'll see me kind of struggling with that. This piece comes off. You see the two slots. Screw comes off with no thing. Now what you're going to do is you're going to gently, and that's how you get the oiling tube. This one has the felt sticking out, and this to oil the end bearings here and here on the governor. Now to take the other one off this side, you come in and you only have to undo that screw right there. And these all have little slots in where the screws go, so you can adjust it when you put it back together. Now you'll just grab these and they pulls out just like that. And you'll see the felts are sticking out here. Right here where my thumb is, the felts are sticking out to oil. Now what we're going to do is we're going to remove the governor. So we're going to undo this screw here. And this is a longer screw. It's the same thread size as everything else we've been taking apart. You can see that one's a little longer than the other ones. Mm-hmm. You'll have to make a mental note or take a picture or your smartphone. You hear that snap? That's because this machine's never been apart. And we're going to take this end adjustment bearing out, screw in the back for an Edison. And that's a special screw right there for adjusting the play in the governor. Now you're going to take sometimes they don't want to come out. So we're going to knock the bearing. And loosen it that way.
Now it's moving.
Now it's moving. You want to watch it that you don't hit this brass gear or the brass gear that drives the governor.
Okay.
You see how it broke loose? That popped out just like that. So I have a governor in bearing and the governor's out of the machine. These have a little piece that sticks out that goes into the governor shaft. You don't want to, if you're going to beat on it, you don't want to beat on this side. You might need a little punch. That popped.
There it goes.
And there's the other governor. Now, what I do is I take the barrels off and not this. I do this piece last because these bolts are really, these screws are really tight. If you're going to need a bigger screwdriver, I use this 3-in-1 tool like this. So we'll switch this over. We'll come in here. This one's only held in with 2 bolts or screws. And these are special because we have this piece right in here fits into the casting to hold everything in place. So you'll have to make a mental note that that is special for that. When I put it all back together, we will oil all the screws on the inserts. Same kind of screw, same size. Now you just take this. Whole assembly comes across. That piece comes out. Spring barrels come out. You really want to set it like that.
Okay.
Oh, look! I bet that's original Edison grease.
I'll give you a massage with it later.
Ooh, promise? I'll take. You can see those are tight. And you see this head is different than that head.
Okay.
So that's a different screw. They look the same, but this one, there we go. We have the last one in here. You got to be careful not to hit anything. There we go. Now these are pinned in place, these castings. I use a bronze hammer.
Why bronze?
Because it'll pop out.
Why bronze?
Because it doesn't hurt anything. So now what we're going to do, we have this assembly loose. Now we're going to take the spindle shaft out later. And I'm going to show you. We have a set screw right here. And right here. We have 2 set screws. You'll take those 2 set screws and you will pull this bearing off. This is the adjustment screw, just like the governor, for setting the play at the end of the spindle shaft, which is like that. This is a little bigger than the governor one. And now my angel knows why I have grease all over me all the time.
I thought it's because you were saving all the gloves. You just
I
leave
was saving the gloves. I didn't want to kill Flipper.
well, the gloves are on the
Oh,
wall.
on the wall over there. And you take that set screw out. This is why I
that's
use.
tiny.
This is why I used. These are very special because these are tipped on the inside. They're pointed and they fit into a slot, so you don't want to lose that. And take the other one out. What we're going to do is you can use a screwdriver, come up in here. And now I pull the spindle shaft out. It doesn't hurt the pins here. And that's how you get an Edison Diamond Disc motor apart. You retrieve your gear, and that's my tip for the day.